This podcast is presented by Zack Labs, Cosbon, the instant costume adhesive. Have you ever had issues using materials to build cosplay costumes, theater props, or everyday repair? We have the solution you've been looking for. Zack Labs proudly presents our latest product, Cosbon, the instant costume adhesive. What you get is a 8.5 by 12 inch sheet. You simply peel off both sides much like you would double stick tape, except this isn't that. This is our patent-pending microfiber-infused adhesive that has a tensile strength of up to 100 pounds. This unique adhesive sheet is instant, and boy, do we mean instant. Activation is different than other products, as ours works purely by pressure. Simply peel and stick, applying even force, and it bonds. Instantly. It's human-safe, non-toxic, pet-safe, no fumes, and the best part, it won't ever stick to your hands. Rated for up to 75 wash cycles before starting to give. Great in the cold, rain, and even the heat. Stick anything to almost anything. Metals, plastics, most cloths, and best of all for all you cosplayers and costume builders, is all of your foam materials. While it does stick instantly, leave it alone with a bit of pressure for 24 hours and it cures to even stronger. So wave your magic wand and just use Cosbond, the instant costume adhesive. You are listening to a Dynamic Works Productions podcast. This show is available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio Network, and many, many more podcast services around the world. You can find all our content, music, videos, books, podcasts, and more on our website, www.dynamicworksproductions.com. Have questions, comments, or concerns for us? Head on over to the social tab on www.dynamicworksproductions.com if you'd like to talk to us. Now, on with the show. Fam, to another episode of the Fork in Your Ear podcast. I'm your host as always, author, podcaster, gamer, and dying of this heat, Tim K. Trotter. Joining me as always is my trusty. If I call you a trusty steed, will you bite me?
No.
My trusty steed, Mike List.
What's going on, Tim? How you doing, buddy?
I just had this picture of you like turning into like a horse and just like destroying my face with your horse teeth.
1 year older, 1 year wiser, 100 degrees hotter.
Yeah, basically. Okay, Fork Fam, so we're going to dive into the two remaining E3 conferences that I said we'd get to in the following episode about 4 episodes ago. We're going to talk our usual randomness of stuff, and yeah. I had another thing in my head, but it being hot, and also congratulations to Mike, who just celebrated another year alive on the scoreboard of the birthday livingness.
Yeah, I drank way too much last night.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. I drank too much as well, and we're both a little hungover, even though like we weren't like drinking together necessarily. We were drinking together in spirit. Let's put it that way. For sure.
Well, I was drinking with you last night when we were playing Warframe. That helps.
Yeah, that's true. Except that I played for an additional 3 hours, and then your Jess was like, "Get the fuck back to bed." Like, what are you doing?
She looked at me like, "You know what time it is?" I was like, "No." I said I was going to play for an hour. Ended up not playing for an hour. Thanks, Warframe.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, we will definitely talk about Warframe. But first, so getting back to the press conferences at E3 from a month ago, because some of the shit's coming out soon. So they showed a pretty cool both trailer and then gameplay. The first actual official gameplay of The Last of Us Part 2. Did you ever play the first Last of Us, Mike?
I did not.
Oh, gosh. Do you think it's like your kind of game? Like, do you know what kind of game it is?
Like, I mean, I've seen gameplay of it, like, you know, kind of stealthy, move with deep, weird cordyceps mushroom headed. And the fun fact, I take cordyceps mushrooms every day. So.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the fungus that the clickers are based off of is cordyceps. Yeah. I take it as a supplement. There's two versions of it. There's one.
Explain,
basically,
good sir.
it tricks your body into thinking that you're in high altitude, so you make more red blood cells. And there's Pete with this toy, and the other one takes over ants and makes them grow like weird. They look like ear horns.
Yeah, I know, because they talk about that literally in the opening thing of the first Last of Us.
Yeah,
like they run some like PBS newsreel shit with like real ants. Like, it's not part of the game. It's just like, hey, that's where we got this idea from. Zombie ants.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But it grows on the cocoons of silkworms. And they one day they discovered a bunch of goats ate it by accident, and they were really energetic. And then a bunch of people. Now you can take it in pill form. Tastes like ass ran over twice, though. It's bad.
Well, I see.
But it makes you an animal.
Okay.
It does actually, like, you can feel a noted. I can feel a noted difference.
I mean, I guess, you know, I shouldn't be one to judge or talk, because like I have homemade, homegrown kombucha, aka Manchurian tea. I was actually just talking to someone in Seattle the other day about how like this store-bought kombucha tea is like a bunch of bullshit. Because real kombucha tea has a very short shelf life of about a week and a half, you know. And I know for me, because like I have a bunch of gut problems, and it's really good, like drinkable probiotic, basically. You know, I know when I drink it, I physically feel better. Like, I just feel better. You know what I mean?
Drink too much, you shit your pants, though.
I mean, it's an acquired taste, that kombucha tea, so I've never drank too much and shit my pants. So.
I've had. I actually like it. I not like it's like, ooh, if I had to choose between, you know, option A, like a Baja Blast or kombucha, I would drink that. But I mean, I have drank it, and it is okay. I think I did drink a little too much, though, because I'm gonna shit my pants.
Well, but I mean, that's the thing, though. It helps with your digestive stuff. So, like, I've never shit my pants with my real kombucha tea. Like, I can't say the same for this fucking store-bought sitting on a shelf for fucking months shit that is being peddled to the public.
Yeah, that's probably what it was, too. I drank it, and it was like, it's like tea and vinegar mixed together. And then they had a baby. And then I was like, well, I was walking around the city, and then I was like, my stomach kind of hurts.
Well, but see, so kombucha tea, if you take it off too early, it's too sweet. If you take it off too late, it's too vinegary. And like it's helpful, but not that helpful, because you're already basically drinking vinegar. And then if you take it off just right, like the tea is almost like carbonated, but it's like semi-sweet and not vinegary at all. Like, that's the proper way it's supposed to taste. So if you're saying you're drinking vinegar tea, then
that might be why also
store-bought bullshit.
Maybe also be why my stomach was fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, it does turn into vinegar. That's what it does. Like I said, it's got a half-life, basically. You know. So anyway, getting back to The Last of Us Part 2, they showed one of the main characters, Ellie, and she was, I guess, in a group of people, and she was like dancing with a girl who they then were like making out with each other and stuff. But it was intercut with like the girl who was macking on Ellie was like, you know, you shouldn't be scared of, like, you know, essentially the subtext, you know, don't be afraid of being, you know, lesbian in the fucking apocalypse. Like, who gives a fuck? You know, and it was intercut because she was like, you know, like, Ellie was like, oh man, they're like staring at us, you know. And then she's like, how are you not sure that they're not staring? Because they're afraid of you. And then it like intercuts to her in this like vicious, violent thing of like bashing somebody's fucking face in, biting their ear off, and just like visceral, fucking horrifically brutal, like ultra realistic, like blood and gore combat. And like it goes through this and it shows like the gameplay and it looks, you know, like The Last of Us 1, but you know, jacked up, you know, on roids or whatever. And then it like cuts back to Ellie, and then she just kind of scoffs like, haha, yeah, of course they're afraid of me, kind of thing. You know, when like seconds later they were showing her like fucking biting somebody's ripping fucking ear off, you know. Is pretty great. They didn't show any of the main character from the first Last of Us game, Joel. I suspect, since it looks like it's further down the timeline, I don't know, there's probably some shenanigans with that main character or something. Like, we just don't know. We assume he's in it, but we don't know. The highlight of the Sony conference for me was, of course, Spider-Man for PS4, which comes out in September. And holy Jesus, does this game look graphically incredible, but also just like really fun to play. And there's like a bunch of YouTube videos out of like people playing. They had a show floor 30-minute demo, you know, swinging around the city, you know, fighting crooks and stuff. And the game, like, it's hard to overemphasize like how stupid fucking detailed this game looks, you know, like down to like the stitching on Spider-Man's costume, but like, you know, swinging from a rooftop. And I guess you have a button in the game so you can like high five fucking pedestrians like while you're swinging like a badass. Like, what? Like, the game looks ridiculous, and everything everybody seems to be saying about it is that it's gonna be, it's you know, people are already saying it's like, yeah, it might be game of the year, you know. And then that's also really good for Sony because it's exclusive to PlayStation. Because Sony co-produced the game with famous developer Insomniac of Ratchet and Clank and Resistance fame. So yeah, it'll be. I don't know. I'm really excited for it. It comes out beginning of September. Like, I'm all about that life, all about that spider life.
Yeah, I know you were hype about it.
Yeah, I actually couldn't be more hype about it. Like, my only concern really is because it's like, you know, like, I played a lot of the Spider-Man games, you know, like over the years, you know, different developers, and it's like, realistically, there's only been like 3 Spider-Man video games that were like good. You know, there's the original Neversoft developed Amazing Spider-Man that was based off of the 90s cartoon. And it was pretty good, you know, but it was super limited, you know, back in the day, original PlayStation and N64. Then there was the Spider-Man 2 movie game that was really simple, but it had like physics accurate web slinging, and it was just a fucking blast and almost meditative to like swing around the city like Spider-Man would. But the problem with that is nobody's ever done the physics web swinging again until now with this Insomniac Spider-Man game. And they're like, oh yeah, it attaches to everything realistically and, you know, that kind of stuff. And then there's one other Spider-Man game, which I know Spider-Man game fans will be critical of me for because it's very controversial. I really thought Spider-Man Web of Shadows was a fantastic game. It also had a really neat plot. Like, all of New York was getting taken over by symbiotes. Big fan of Venom and symbiotes. I know you're a big fan of symbiotes, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I mean, there's a boss in that game that's a fucking symbiote infected Wolverine, and it's like, oh, so good, so good. But the problem with that game, though, it had like as many glitches as like a Bethesda game. Like,
Like Shivering Isles.
Yeah, like, who doggy? There are some fucking glitches in that game. And then the other problem was the web slinging was really not exciting. But the weird part about that though is like the Spider-Man, like the combat was really good. Like it made you feel like Spider-Man, and basically until you started to like swing through the city, and then it felt really janky. So there's some things that they did right in that, and then this one just looks like it's taking all of the good bits of the past Spider-Man games and putting them into like a kind of a, it looks definitely heavily inspired by obviously the probably de facto superhero game or video game that's been made, which is the Batman Arkham series. I don't think anybody, even if you're not a Batman fan, it's hard to deny that those games are not fucking great. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Also, I'm talking about it because I would literally talk the whole fucking show about Spider-Man.
I haven't played that game either.
Batman? The Arkham games?
Never.
Are you a Batman fan?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I'm a Joker fan. I got on Joker socks right now.
That is a stupid fucking question because we've done like fucking Michael Keaton Batman commentary and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Let me put it this way, Mike. There's 3 games in the Arkham series. They're all absolutely fantastic. They're voiced by the animated series guys, so it's like you got Kevin Conroy's Batman, Mark Hamill's Joker, and because they like, it's like their own universe or whatever. You have like skins. So, for example, in like Arkham Knight, you can be the Michael Keaton Batman. You could be the Adam West Batman. And you could change the Batmobile to look whichever Batmobile. You could be the Michael Keaton. You could be the Adam West Batman. Like,
is there driving and or flying portions of the game?
I can't say flying because that's not really its thing. But you have there's gliding like downwards because you're Batman. So like if you're like, you.
I'm at in the Batwing.
Oh no.
Okay.
No, it's not in any of the 3 games.
Okay, it's not like I have to. There's a level that you have to drive in exclusively or anything like that.
The 3rd game has some of that, but the other 2 do not.
Okay.
And let me put it this way: so even if like you were driving the Batmobile in the 3rd game, which has it more than the other games, really. Mm-hmm. It basically is a fucking transformer and goes into like a 3rd-person shooter kind of thing. Okay. So it's less like driving, and like you can fucking strafe in the Batmobile in the 3rd game, and you're just like shooting your tank cannon shit or whatever because you're fucking Batman.
Right? Because you're Batman.
Yeah. So like it does force you to do some of that stuff, but it's only, I'd say there's maybe like 5 missions that force you to do that, and the rest of the game is like open world. So like you don't have to ever use the Batmobile like to get around. You can just fucking grapple up to rooftops, run on rooftops, and like glide.
All right. Yeah. Now, we talked about that a little bit yesterday. How, everybody knows I don't like driving. I don't like flying games. So
yeah,
it's going to be that's something I always ask about, because if there's like a block, like you have to fly in this level, I'm like, well, that's as far as I'm gonna get in this game. See you later.
Yeah, well, there's no flying, and only in the 3rd one is there a couple of things where they force you to be in the Batmobile, and then there's no flying. Like I said, I emphasize it's gliding. Like you have a mechanic where you get like a little circle thing to like, fucking. Batman grapple hook up to a gargoyle or whatever, and you can zip up to it, and then you're perched on the gargoyle, and then if it's like, there's like a bad dude at a rooftop below, you would like glide down and then fucking smash him in the face.
Okay, yeah, I don't mind gliding.
Yeah, there's gliding.
I don't. That's not like a no for me. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So there's that. They showed off the first gameplay of a brand new PlayStation property from the studio Sucker Punch, who's famous for their infamous games. And they've been working on this game since the fucking launch of the PlayStation 4, so it's like they spent many years making this game. So it's basically a full open world samurai game taking place in a particular period in Japan, and it's kind of like it's like historical fiction, like an Assassin's Creed, where it's like, oh, some of this stuff really happened, but it's like, it's got its own kind of like flair, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it looks to be like it's going to be kind of like you'll move around. I mean, you're basically playing like a samurai ninja in this game, and yeah.
It had me at hello.
Oh yeah, you've seen stuff for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good. Did you see the E3 trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you know that trailer that they showed where the dude or whoever the guy is was like showing down with like, I guess, a friend of his or something?
Mm-hmm.
That was a side mission.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that like badass, like he like went through the wall and he like chopped up some fools and he grapple hooked up and he was all like stealthy on tiles of the rooftops and then he fought his friend or whatever while like I guess the forest caught on fire. That was a side mission.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, they've been like they're a famous studio. Like the Infamous games are some of my actual favorite PlayStation games. Truly, like I've never had a better controlling third-person game than the Infamous games, in my opinion. Like the way they handle control and movement in their world that makes you feel like a superhero. So them doing, less superhero-y and like kind of like making it more intimate and stuff with the environment as like a samurai ninja dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. The bad part though is they didn't have a release date for Ghost of it's called Ghost of Tsushima or Tsushima. I don't know how you say it. I don't know why. Like that doesn't really make sense to me because it's like they've been working on this game since mid 2014. It's a long time to work on a game, ladies and gentlemen. But it looks great. I advise everyone to go check out the trailer for it because it shows you the actual like gameplay. Obviously, that's important if you're buying a game. Another game that I'm really looking forward to, mostly because of who's making it. PlayStation showed this game called Control, and it was a third-person like shooter, but like fucks with your. It was like. So basically, it's being made by a company called Remedy, and they made Max Payne, Alan Wake, and Quantum Break, all third-person shooting games. They're really fucking good at it, and that's a picture of your Joker sock, and that's excellent.
Podcast socks, motherfuckers. That's what we do.
It is so hot, I'm actually not wearing socks. And those who know me intimately, I'm a weird person who wears 2 socks because my feet get cold. That's how hot it is.
You see, I wear 2 socks so my feet sweat.
Oh, really? Like yeah, I'm the opposite. Like, I mean, like my feet will sweat, like in work boots or whatever. But it's like I feel like I have to have 2 socks or my feet get cold. It's a thing.
Yes.
But anyway, Control. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. Then, imagine Matrix third-person shooting. Like slow-mo and stuff. But also like the environment is changing around this girl that you play as, like Inception. It looks dope. I don't know how else to say it other than just imagine third-person shooting, but Inception, basically. Yeah. They're doing a full-on Resident Evil 2 remaster, which, quite frankly, I'm a little shocked by because they had, that Resident Evil 1 remaster way back in the GameCube, which was fantastic, in my opinion. And then they went backwards and did a prequel, Resident Evil 0. And then they just didn't remake any of the Resident Evils. And I was like, okay, why would you stop? But the thing about this Resident Evil 2 remaster is it's not, it's not necessarily, it's not the same game. It's done in the Resident Evil 4 third-person shooting, up close and personal kind of horror style that, well, really, Resident Evil made popular as well, along with Gears of War. So a lot of people are looking forward to it. And it comes out actually January 25th, 2019. So it's coming, within the next year. It's pretty cool. PlayStation showed off the Pirates of the Caribbean world in Kingdom Hearts 3, which has a release date of, I think, next year sometime. Oh, and then also really cool because it actually showed gameplay this time, or I think we saw gameplay. It's hard to say. Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding, starring Norman Reedus. Man, it looks
confusing, weird,
it looks
odd,
awesome.
different.
Yes, basically all the things that are synonymous with a Hideo Kojima game. Best anybody could tell, it looks like, so it's third person, and you're hooking babies up to yourself because they run like a light system that I guess detects some sort of like invisible ghost monsters. And if they touch you, you like age to death. And also there's like rain that is both acid and like ages biomaterial. But also if you like get captured, you like have to like swim up to the surface. And also I like read a bunch of things, and one of the things Kojima was saying was like, if you get captured, like part of the map gets blown up permanently for your game, so you don't ever get to play that part of the game. And I was like, what? So like it doesn't have permadeath, but it has perma. You fucked up your game world, I guess. Like I don't know. It looks bonkers, but it's Hideo Kojima. I'm a literal big diehard Hideo Kojima fan. I played all of his games. So if anybody's gonna make some weird fucking shit,
Be Kojima,
but also be like a good fucking game that like is mind blowing, like it's Kojima. Still no release date for that, so it's like I don't know when that's coming. They showed a trailer for I believe it's pronounced Nia, Neo, Noi. Now. I think I've heard it pronounced Nia. I don't know, whatever. It's basically, it's Dark Souls Samurai.
Brother Eli played the shit out of that.
Yeah, I hear it's good. People tell me good things. It's from
Eli played.
It's from Team Ninja, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I play a lot of Team Ninja games. My problem with Team Ninja games, though, is even though I like them, they are hit or miss. Sometimes, like, regardless, though, they always look really cool, but sometimes, like, I don't know, they miss the mark. Like, for example, like, I'm a huge fan of Ninja Gaiden, but I didn't like Ninja Gaiden 2. Ninja Gaiden 2 was really, I don't know, it was weird. It's not as good. It's all flash, less substance, I guess. But people are saying that the Noi, I can't say this fucking name. The Samurai fucking Dark Souls Team Ninja game.
Mm-hmm.
Saying it's good. So people are excited for a second one. That's all I have to say there.
Yeah, like Brother Eli, you know, he, like I said, he played the shit out of that game. So
yeah, well, all right, that's good.
Real quick, Tim, before we go any further,
yeah,
I'd like to say a big shout out and congratulations to fan member.
Thank you,
Nate Fu, whose wife had a baby on the 11th. She joined the Cancer Club, and welcome little fan member. So congratulations to you, Nate, and hopefully mom and baby is doing well.
Yeah, I hear that they're doing well. He actually posted another picture, because I assume you saw the picture where he had like the baby, right?
Mm-hmm,
He's all happy, and the baby's eyes were open, and the baby looked really cute. He posted a picture this morning to his Twitter of him and his wife and the baby, and they're all smiling, holding each other.
Okay.
So that's
good. That's really good. But yeah, congratulations, man.
Yeah, I'm glad everything went well and everybody's okay, because like she was in the hospital for like 2 days. Like it was my understanding, because like Nate was talking to me about it. He was like yeah, she starts the birth thing, but then it simmers down and it's not like quite ready to go, and so it was like constant starting and stopping, I guess. And I'm like, oof, I'm sorry.
That's what happens.
Yeah, I guess that's what happens.
But
yeah.
I'm gonna derail the train too much, but wanted to say congrats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm glad you remembered, because I feel like I would normally remember, but I feel dilapidated today. So That's what's happening. From Software, famous for their Dark Souls games and other games in the past. I played a lot of their older stuff on the original Xbox, like Odyssey and stuff like that. They are making a PlayStation VR game, and I have no idea what to really tell people about it, except it's PlayStation VR. It's horror, maybe? It has like a French name. It's called Durancy. And it's black and white-ish, I guess. I don't really know what's going on with it, but they're making a PSVR game, so that's the thing. I guess we have to talk about it because it's in the PlayStation conference. So, Bungie aired a short trailer for Destiny 2 Forsaken, where it showed Cayde 6, popular Destiny character played by Nathan Fillion, getting shot and killed by Prince Uldan, who we believed was potentially dead from the Taken King. And in my opinion, while it was definitely, created a shock and awe effect, also, in my opinion, killed any narrative hope Destiny had going forward. That's just me, thoroughly labeled as such.
It's a revenge tale. How are you gonna get someone to want revenge? You have to kill a character people really care about, and they care about Cayde 6. So that was actually, I thought it was a good move, personally. Because you're not gonna watch John Wick if you didn't kill his dog, Tim.
I mean, okay, but here's the thing, though. I watched John Wick, and I didn't know anything about the dog thing when I watched John Wick this year. I just thought it was some action movie, but then the dog died, and I was like, oh, this is great. So I feel like, they buried the lead, basically. Like, if they'd done that in-game and you were shocked, like, I think that would have been better.
I mean, yeah, I can see your point. I'm not going to argue that point with you. That I actually thought that they kind of buried the lead a little bit too. That they kind of like pulled their dick out before the date was over, if you will.
Yeah, and, or even they could have done the same trailer, but then not actually showed him dying. Well, you know what I mean? Like do like a cock tease.
That's not what's going to happen in the game, by the way. That's not how he ends.
Sure.
He gets ended. That was just to start the conversation, which it did. It started a conversation. You know what I mean? Like, people were talking during E3. A lot of people were talking about Destiny as opposed to the plethora of other amazing things coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you want to do. You want to build hype. If you want to build hype, you build hype that way, and that's what they did. So, I mean, as far as that's concerned, mission accomplished.
Yeah, sure. From a PR perspective, mm-hmm. It was probably the right move. I don't think it was the right move, but that's me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm jilted. Moving on to Nintendo's E3. I mean, they don't really do press conference. They had a live Nintendo thing. So they announced new playable characters for Mario Tennis Aces, if you play that. Donkey Kong is available, like the original arcade Donkey Kong is available on Switch. Octopath Traveler, Square Enix RPG, which I've talked about on this show, which had a demo last year. They dropped a brand new demo where you can play the first 3 hours of the game. And I guess it's the real game. So like you just like, you play and there's a timer. And then if you want to buy it, you just transfer your save over and keep going, which is pretty cool. As of this recording, June 14th, the game is officially out.
July 14th.
God damn it. Okay. July 14th. The game is officially out. Because we're recording this a month later. And it's been getting nothing but high 9s everywhere. Everybody's loving the game. I played last year's demo, and I dug it as fuck. Like, it is a old school JRPG in the best possible ways, but also modern at the same time, if that can make any sense, with this wicked 3D 16-bit art style. It's great. Those players of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on the Switch, they announced an expansion pass update, which I guess there's like a ton more content coming soon to that thing. June 13th, they launched an expansion for Splatoon called the Octo expansion, which features 80 plus new missions. And apparently it's got like a dank, dark story. People are digging it. My favorite announcement of Nintendo is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is launching worldwide December 7th, and it will contain every single dingle Smash Bros. Fighter over all of the Smash Bros. Games. And in addition to that, it will have every single stage, every single power-up. It's ultimate. Like, it's all of the everythings. In addition to that, they finally added fan favorite from Metroid series, Ridley, who looks like a monstrous pterodactyl that's just ready to fuck up your shit. And for those curious, Smash Bros. Ultimate, while it looks extremely similar to Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS, it is actually a new game, and there's a bunch of modifications to the way the fighting occurs. Chief among them, I was reading a thing yesterday, actually, they were talking about, anybody's played Smash Brothers, and you play against a friend, and there's that one friend who dodges like a motherfucker, like just dodges all day long. So I guess each time you dodge, you get a little bit slower. So if you repeatedly dodge, it slows you down to the point where like that dodge is no longer useful. And they were saying that they made that change in an attempt to get rid of, I guess, people like me who play Sonic the Hedgehog and dodge like a motherfucker because he's the fastest there is. So I guess I will have to. I think he was saying that they were slowing down. The director of the game was saying that they were slowing it down based on, like, depending on the character. Like sometimes it would be, after 4 dodges it starts slowing you down, or 3 dodges on this character. They also said that they're tweaking the way 1v1 fights work. They're saying because Smash Brothers has a large tournament scene. I've done a lot of personal tournaments with my friends. They were saying that 1v1 fights, basically everything is ratcheted up so that matches don't drag out into like 10-minute fights. They're saying they amped the speed a little, and then the damage ratios are upped for 1v1 fighting. And then both of those stats basically in fighting are reduced in like 4v4s and 8v8s. Or, 4v4s. Yeah, 4-player and 4v4s. There we go. So that's cool. As we may have mentioned, Fortnite is on Nintendo Switch, and it's the whole real game. It is not the mobile version. Well, I guess whole real game, that's misleading. It does not have the Save the World mode, but Fortnite Battle Royale is there in its entirety, and it's not a port. It's done in-house by Epic. And all of their stuff releases day and date with everybody else's Fortnite. However, this actually leads to a larger issue, and one that I personally encountered because I downloaded Fortnite. I was like, sure, I'll fucking try it out. I played it on my phone, played it on my PS4. I'll try it on my fucking Switch. Why not? So PlayStation is still cock-blocking cross-console play with all of these games. So let me put it this way. So Fortnite, if you don't have a PlayStation account, your account is the same as it is on your phone, on your Switch, on your Xbox, on your PC. But if you have a PS4 account, you are just walled off and only play with PS4 people. None of your account shit transfers over, which is really annoying. Because they're also doing that now on Minecraft. Like if you're playing PlayStation 4 Minecraft, you are alone on your PlayStation island, while Switch people can play with mobile people, can play with PC people, can play with Mac people, can play with Xbox people. And it's kind of becoming a sticking point because fucking Sony should just get with the times.
I see what you did there, Tim.
What?
PlayStation Island, Vita Island. I saw what you did. I saw it.
I mean, it's true. They're building.
The puns are not beyond me, good sir.
Oh, My gosh, you really Moriarty'd that one.
I did. I am the producer / seducer on this one.
Oh man.
Let Mike host. Are these kind of funny references doing anything for you guys? No? All right, we'll stop.
It's doing stuff for me. Don't forget Colin's Last Stand. Gotta say that though.
Patreon. I'm a Patreon supporter. I support Colin.
Yeah, he's got a new show now. He's doing another PlayStation.
Oh,
you see that?
I did not.
Yeah, he launched it. He launched it July 4th, actually.
Oh.
It's called Sacred Symbols, a PlayStation podcast, and it's got the little PlayStation, the buttons.
Yeah.
In a
dope.
In a what do you call it? You see it in like churches and stuff. The stained glass.
Mm-hmm.
It's all stained glass style. Yeah, he's doing it with a new co-host and everything, and it's it's basically Beyond. Again.
Now, Tim, do you also know what's on the what's coming to the Switch very soon, good sir? And this is the segue to end all segues.
I mean, I do, but let me just spew out these last couple of things that were on the Switch thing, and we will dive straight into it for the rest of the show. How about that?
All right, go ahead.
Okay, cool. So Hollow Knight is now available on Switch. Reviews are pretty dope. There's a new mech action game called Damian Machina that purposely looks like an old PlayStation game. Like a PlayStation 1, like it's got that kind of that rough pixely, but it's 3D kind of style. Mm-hmm. I can't really tell what's going on, but it's got like a hard rock soundtrack, and it looks kind of cool. That's coming soon. No release date. They announced Super Mario Party, which kind of going the Smash Brothers Ultimate route. Will have like all of the fucking Mario Party game stuff in it. And I think that's kind of cool because I think beyond anything, like, did you ever play Mario Party back in the day, Mike?
I did.
Yeah.
I love Mario Party.
Did you have oh, good. Sweet. That's awesome. Like, you and I are like then, because I would play Mario Party with people, and then people would be like, I fucking hate this game. And I was like, but it's fun. Usually because I won, I guess, is probably the thing. But I think, for Switch, Mario Party is fucking perfect, don't you? Like, fucking toss the controller, link up wirelessly, whatever. It's a perfect game.
Take it to a party with you, because I mean the dock is pretty portable.
Yeah, that's true. It's very portable.
Or be like me and buy a second dock because I didn't like the idea of unplugging it from the big TV.
Did you really buy a second dock, buddy?
Fuck yeah, I did.
Oh my god, I thought about it, but my Jessica forbid me.
Okay.
She's like, if you buy,
I'm 3 seconds away from buying another one.
Fair enough. Did you get like an official dock, or did you get like a third-party dock that might blow up your Switch?
Official.
Oh, nice, because those things are not cheap.
No, they're not cheap. But neither is the Switch, so.
I mean, I think it's fairly priced. $300.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't saying that, but I'm not gonna. If I could save $30 on a fucking on a second hand or a third-party dock, or just buy the Nintendo dock, I'm gonna buy the Nintendo dock.
Yeah,
sure. I'm not gonna risk my damn. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna risk my damn Switch. Well, her Switch.
Yeah. And
then I have to buy another Switch. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, you don't have to tell me about risks on my Nintendo Switch. Yeah. Even though I started playing again because I was actually been playing Skyrim this week on it. My fucking Joy-Cons still don't connect to the fucking sides of the console. And I'm scared of losing my save stuff until Nintendo Online launches this September, and we'll have cloud backups. Really scared, because it's like, man, I need you to last until September so I can back up my motherfucking 600 plus hours Zelda save.
Oh, that's a hurt piece.
Yeah, I say 600 hours because I did it fucking in master mode and regular, so fucking nobody can say that I did not play the fucking shit out of that game. Overcooked 2 is coming August 7th to the Nintendo Switch. I've played Overcooked. Have you ever seen this game, Mike?
I have not.
Here's what I'd say about that. So it's a top-down game, and you are like little chefs. It's cooperative madness is a good way of describing it. And you get like a little icon in the bottom, and it's like, oh, there's a burger, and it's like, okay, you got to get the buns. And then you got to put the burgers on, and then you got to cook it, and then you put it on the conveyor belt to serve to people. But even though that's kind of simple and sounds like a bunch of cooking games, because it is, it's co-op. So imagine doing that, but you're on a fucking pirate ship that's swaying in the sea. So like your fucking stove rolls to the other end of the ship and you can't get there. So you have to toss the burger bun over to, like, say your girlfriend, who then is trying to get over to the thing, but then like a fucking shark comes up and eats her because she didn't get there in time. All the while, like, these like orders are coming through and you're getting overburdened and are like losing your business.
Oh, that sounds dope.
Yeah, it is. It is one of the best co-op games I've ever played. However, also simultaneously, I've never like. I think I've told our Fork fam, I love Rocket League, but at the same time, I've never screamed more in a video game. Overcook is second close. Like, oh my god, I've never screamed so much at my girlfriend for like fucking up the burger order because the fucking onions got overcooked in the soup, and like it's stupid madness. So the fact that they're doing a sequel, yeah, I don't know. Like the first one's pretty bonkers, so I'm like, I just imagine more insanity for the second one. Fire Emblem's finally coming to Nintendo Switch. Proper Fire Emblem game. No release date so far, but they did show some gameplay, and my god, those graphics look dope. They look really good, like super like realistic anime style. Looks fantastic. Some other game called Killer Queen, I guess, is based on some old arcade esport, is coming to Nintendo Switch. No release date. Big one here, Paladins is now available on the Nintendo Switch. The full game.
Whoop.
And my understanding, I've not played it myself yet on Switch. Also, okay, I gotta say something on this particular thing. So, I like Paladins. I like Paladins more and more every time I play it. I have a problem on the Nintendo Switch version because there is no free-to-play version on the Nintendo Switch. You have to pay up front or don't play it at all. And I was like, oh, really? That's kind of a bummer. Because it's like, I don't know. Like, Paladins is supposed to be free to play, right? Am I wrong?
It was when it was in beta. And then you could have bought the what they called the Founder Pack, which is, it's like all the champions that will ever come out ever.
Yeah.
So basically you buy the game. You get into at the ground level and then they reward you for it. And then when when they actually opened out into, like, instead of being OB's 84, now it's 1.1.1. Now it's not free to play. Now you have to buy basically you're buying the Founders Pack now as opposed to buying it when the game was in beta.
Okay.
I love that game.
Fair enough.
I fucking love it.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's awesome that it's on Switch. And then also, to dispel any rumors, it is playable offline with bots, so you can play it on the go and practice or whatever. And although I've not played it myself, I've seen videos where they say they did some magic stuff under the hood, and it does still retain its 60 frames a second gameplay, even on the Nintendo Switch, which is pretty cool. Final 2 bits of Nintendo E3 news. Donkey Kong Adventure for Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle has dropped, and the reviews are saying it's pretty fucking good because Donkey Kong's OP. And then Fallout Shelter has officially launched on the Nintendo Switch. I'm a big fan of Fallout Shelter. I think it's pretty great. Played a lot of it on mobile.
I lost my girlfriend to that game.
Oh, really?
Fuck yeah. Like
the one on Switch? Or
Yep.
Oh, really?
She fucking loves it.
Oh, well, good for her, because I downloaded it just to check it out. And I gotta say, I hate the fucking console controls for it. I fucking hate them. I literally went back to playing it on my iPad and my iPhone. Which is probably good, because I probably spent way too much real world money on the iOS version.
Well, she likes games like that. Like she likes games like not Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, like, not Farmville. God damn it. Like Tom Nook, really weird. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I know. Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. That's it. God damn it.
How could we forget the famous soundbite line of, like, oh, geez, Tim, like, my fucking girlfriend's into Animal Crossing, and all I gotta hear is, beep, doop, beep, doop, boop, doop, doop. I'm gonna tear my fucking eyes out.
Yo,
is that
that's the truth.
Good mic impression?
Oh, my God.
And then last bit of news that didn't hit on E3 that will be the remainder of us talking about this show is Warframe is coming to Switch. Now, why would Tim, of all people, mention Warframe? Well, Mike's mentioned Warframe to me more than once, a couple of times. And Tim's viewpoint on it was definitely a sour viewpoint on Warframe, because I played the original version of Warframe way back in 2013 when it was just kind of this looter corridor shooter, and it had like kind of cool art style, but it was like it didn't feel good. It felt super grindy. Now, on my third day of trying Warframe for realsies, if for no other reason, then it's like I'm officially off the Destiny train. I'm not getting Destiny Forsaken. You know, I want Destiny to be good again, you know, but it's just not doing it for me anymore. And it's sad because I've spent a bazillion fucking hours in Destiny, especially Destiny 1. I'm hopeful that in time they can complete turning the ship around. You know, Warmind was a 2 steps in the right direction, 1 step back kind of situation. And their updates, the Gotta Go Fast update, was a very good direction. So, you know, we'll see. So I am completely stepping off the Destiny train, and I'm getting all aboard the fucking Warframe train. I gotta say, like, I didn't, like, because again, I played it in 2013, and I was like, okay, I think I know what to expect. But I got curious. Monday, I watched the wonderful documentary by NoClip on YouTube for free, and it was showing the success and failures of Warframe and how they came to be and all this sort of stuff, and how it's actually kind of a sequel to an old game that the company who makes Warframe Digital Extremes made, Dark Sector. In fact, Dark Sector was actually the original title of Warframe, but then they had to make money, so they basically stripped a bunch of ideas out and put it in like this Cold War thing in this game that was like, it had its moments, but it wasn't super great.
Well, it's cool because when you think about it, though, the virus that you get, spoiler alert on a game that's like, you know, a sizable amount of years old, it's called the Tenno virus, which I thought when I first heard it, and I was like, I've heard that before. And then I was like, look back at my databases of games I played in my life, and I'm like, Dark Sector, you tricky motherfuckers. And then
yeah, it's definitely spiritually connected, if not literally connected. I'm just sure they can't say certain things for reasons. Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, you go into Warframe, they have an area called Dark Sectors, plural, and they have the Aiden Tenno skin, who's the main character in Dark Sector. They have that skin in Warframe. I saw it last night, complete with
for XCal, right?
I think so. Yeah, because that's obviously who it's based on. So here's how I want to describe Warframe to you folks who are on the fence. So first of all, Warframe, and I definitely believe this after having played every night for the past 3 days, is the first and only AAA free-to-play game. When I say free-to-play, I mean all of the actual gameplay content is 100% free, forever. How they make their money with microtransactions, you know, they have boosters and all that kind of usual stuff that free-to-play stuff has. However, you don't have to use any of that stuff. Like, I've gotten so much enjoyment out of it, and I haven't spent a dime until last night because I wanted to look cooler. By the way, Mike, you're gonna see me looking kind of badass.
What's your bias? Sayandana?
I didn't. Oh yeah, no, I did. I had one that came in a pack. Like, I got the little, like, the $20 basic pack.
The welcome aboard pack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bought that, and then I bought some other things and stuff, and I feel like I look even cooler. Like that, so, okay. So let me just explain the experience to folks, because I feel like I'm just tripping over stuff and not really describing Warframe to people. So Warframe is a cooperative multiplayer looter shooter like Destiny, even though it launched like almost a year before Destiny. It is a platforming ninja.
Grindy as shit.
It's grindy, but it doesn't feel grindy. Like, I know I'm grinding, but I don't feel like I'm grinding. Like in Destiny, it's like, you know, you're fucking grinding, you know, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna beat my head against the wall on this thing for like another fucking 3 strikes or whatever. And even though Warframe is basically new and hot and fresh to me at the moment, like, I know I'm like leveling up things. Like, every time I'm playing, like, I feel like I'm making progress on something. Versus Destiny, I can't say I feel that way, at least in the current state of Destiny 2. You know?
That's fair.
So I played. So I had a weird experience. Like, I downloaded the update because it hadn't been updated or whatever since 2013, and I keep shit on my hard drive forever. You know, games like 60 gigs or something now. And it forced me into a tutorial, which was good. And there's a weird Russian dude with like a flower hat or something on his face. I don't know. It was weird. And then they're like, okay, this is how you move. And I was like, oh, hey, this movement feels really good. And they're like, hey, pick up a sword. And then I was stabbing people with a sword. I was like, oh, I like stabbing people with swords. And they're like, by the way, you can double jump, you can wall run, and if you time all of your buttons correctly, you can catapult yourself through the environment and like dodge bullets in the air and like also do like the Matrix like dodge roll thing, and you can slide on your knees and shoot all of while this is going on, and you're like bouncing around from walls and stabbing people and shooting people. And I was like, huh. So, as Mike has told me before on the show, and I didn't listen, I'm apologizing now publicly, and I'll use your words. This is your words. These are your words, Mike. I'm like, hey, Tim, do you like goddamn space ninjas?
Yeah, that's my words. Yep.
Yes, I do,
That's how
Mike.
I describe that game.
Yes, I fucking do.
Let me ask you another question, Tim. Do you like goddamn space ninjas that can stop time?
Yes.
Because
Yes,
I think that was the most fun. Because here's what happened, Fork fam. It was my birthday yesterday. I might have had a few beverages that were meant for adults, and then Pete decided he didn't want to go to sleep last night, which is now why he's asleep like a baby on the. You breathing? Yeah, you're breathing. Asleep on the floor because he stayed up all night. So I was like, screw it. Let the missus go to sleep. Hopped right on Rickety Doo. Was like, do I want to play Destiny? That's a lot of. I mean, yeah, I could play Destiny. And then I like, who's online right now? And like certain people, I'm not going to name names, but certain people have a priority listing in my friends list. They're always at the top. And I was like, oh, Tim's on Earth playing Warframe. And I was like, rickety dick dig do. I now know what I'm about to do. I hopped right on Warframe. I sent Tim a message. I said, hey, you know, I sent him an invite. He hopped in. We were like, come on, let's go grind. And I switched like three times, 3 Warframes I switched to.
Yeah, you switched 3 Warframes. So okay, so I feel like I have to explain to our audience who isn't in on the Warframe thing. So again, we'll round back to that story because it's sequential anyway. You know, I played the tutorial and I was like, oh, that was really cool. And then, and this is not the game's fault. This is my fault for having a save profile from 2013. It jerked me out of the tutorial and put me back to wherever I was back in 2013. I had a completely different frame. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was like, So it took me a second to figure out shit, and I like switched back to the Excalibur frame, which is my frame of choice at the moment. I realize it's the basic bitch, and it's the one in the box, but you know, fuck you, everybody. I was having fun. And I played a couple more games and I guess leveled up the stuff. And then the next day, I only had time to play one game. And it was, I guess, the first boss mission, level 10 boss mission. I was level 3, and it paired me up with 2 random people. I didn't have my mic on because I was like, okay, this is my last mission of the night, and then I gotta go to bed and stuff, you know, adult life problems, whatever. And like here's how it went down. So like we launched in, I'm with these randos and I hear them talking through, my TV speakers. I hear, oh God, we got paired with some random loser guy. Well, I guess we'll just have to carry this person, And then like this other dude, he was like, I don't know, level 20 or something like that. And this other dude who's like level 5, and then the level 5 was talking and was like, oh, well, that's okay. He's, probably on the same level as me, noob. And he's like, it's okay. He can like learn from us or whatever. And so like I hear them, and like the level 20 dude was telling the level 5 dude, like, okay, like this is how you do these things, and this is how you do this and stuff. And I wasn't paying any of this attention, other than the fact that I remember what they said, because I just tore off through the environment, bouncing off of walls. I sliced everybody in their fucking face. I got to the boss, and then I destroyed the boss, level 3 against level 10, and then the stage was essentially cleared in 3 minutes and like 30 seconds. And here's what I hear on like through the microphone, and then they're like, "Hey, where did that noob go? Like, I don't know. He took off. He's like on a tear or something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's fine. I'll probably get killed, And then I hear like I assume they got an alert on their screen. It's like the mission's over. Go to the end zone. And they're like, "Holy shit! That fucking noob just destroyed the boss? Like, what the fuck? Where the fuck is he? Is he all the way at the end of the stage? What the fuck did he do? Oh my God, he just beasted the level. Like, hey, we gotta like catch up and like finish the level." And I hear them, and they're like talking, and then like the level 5 dude's like, where's all the guys? Shouldn't there be guys to kill still? And then the other dude's like, I don't know. I think he just straight up killed everything in his path. He's done. We're holding him up. Who the fuck is this guy? He's amazing. And I'm just sitting there at the end of the stage patiently waiting for them to come so that I could end the mission. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a fucking goddamn space ninja.
That's Warframe.
Yeah, that's Warframe. That's Warframe. Like,
Warframe.
It's fucking rad. Like, it has all of the things that I wished and had been wishing that Destiny has. Like it has, intense customizations. It's got cool weapons. It's got cooler, like heroes, and I guess if you were to do a Destiny comparison, cooler subclasses. It's got lots of depth. It's got like I'm not to this point yet, but like I guess later it has big open world stuff, and it has space combat, which I'm very excited for. I know Mike's not, because he hates it. But I'm really smitten with Warframe to the point where I threw real money at it, which is how they're making their money, is on cosmetics. And here's the other thing about the cosmetics. Some of the cosmetics I bought, so they have this thing called Tennogen. And to clear up Tenno, for anybody who's confused, Tenno is like, I don't know, the race or something of like the Warframes that you play or something like that, right?
I refuse. I mean, it's a spoiler. I'm not going to say.
Okay. I guess there's shit I don't know because I'm a noob, but whatever.
No, it's story mission, and it's probably one of the greatest story missions you'll ever play.
See, and that's the thing, though. That's the other thing. I've heard from like all these different YouTubers and stuff, because I did like a bunch of research before. I was like, okay, I'm really gonna dive in and give this free-to-play game another shot. Years later, and that's the thing. I guess there's 2 quest story missions or whatever, and people say that it's the greatest story that's not in Destiny.
Now there's 3 because there's a sacrifice.
Yeah, I see that.
Which I haven't gotten to.
Okay, well we're gonna get there, buddy.
Yeah, we are.
So anyway, if you're tired of Destiny shit, go play Warframe. If you want to bounce around like a goddamn ninja and feel cool doing it, go play Warframe.
A goddamn space ninja.
If you want a ton of content, I don't actually know how much content is in this game. I just know that there's 5 fucking years worth of content in this game. Go play Warframe. If you're on the fence, go play Warframe. Because here's all it's going to cost you. Here's all it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you $0.00.0. That's nada. It's going to cost you nothing to play the content.
Everything that can be gotten in this game can be gotten through grinding.
Yeah. And so far, in my experience of 3 days, only playing a handful of hours a night, it's fair. It's super fair. And then the other thing, again, their cosmetics, like they have cosmetics that they made, make yourself look cool, but they also have this other section that they call Tenogen. And the thing about Tenogen is that these are community made, like some dude on a computer somehow, I don't know, they probably gave people tools or something. Like
they have open software.
Yeah, they like sculpted some fucking cool ass armor and then they put it in the game. And when you buy that with like real money, like $2 or whatever, $1 goes to Digital Extremes, the guys who made the game, and $1 goes to the actual maker of the game. In the documentary I watched, there's a guy who I guess is the most famous guy for making Tenogen stuff, and that's his life now. All he does is he makes armor for Warframe, and that he makes his living off of making cool shit for a cool game.
It's 60-40, by the way, the split.
Oh, okay, well, still, 60, that's still
60
fair.
goes to the artist, though. Digital Extremes didn't even take the bulk.
Well, that's even better then. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And thanks for telling me that. So, if you're upset with Destiny, like I am, Warframe's for you. My only thing I could say that would be like a turnoff to Destiny players is the game is third-person shooter. So if you're not a third-person shooter, obviously that's a deal breaker for you. But it's a cool ass third-person shooter, and it feels really good. And it's also really fast, which I really appreciate, because Destiny, in comparison, is slow as shit.
PvP is not good, though. I will say that right now. The PvP, not fun.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I tried to play a thing or whatever, but then I think I passed out. So, but because getting back to the original story of, Mike was like, oh, hey, motherfucking Tim's on Warframe. I think it was like 1 a.m. for you or something.
It was close. It was closer to 2.
Yeah. So, still late for me. And then we played and we paired up and, we were just fucking eviscerating things. And I was like doing my quests or whatever that I need to do because I'm a noob, And at some point, your girl came in and was like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, that's right. Because I remember I asked you. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing up this late? Don't you have don't you have RNG to record?" And he's like, "I do, but Pete's being weird." So I was like, "Okay," but it was good. So I decided to play with you, which turned out to be it was a fantastic fun time, but also a personal human body mistake because Mike got off. We played for what did we play for? Like an hour, 2 hours, maybe.
2 hours?
Yeah, so I kept playing for another 3 fucking hours until I saw daylight in my time on West Coast, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Warframe got me. I've been framed.
Oh fuck! So yeah, it's coming to Nintendo Switch. No release date for that, but industry experts are kind of looking that it might be as close as September when Nintendo launches their Nintendo Online service. Just saying, that would be a smart move. And then the other thing, it is being handled by Digital Extremes, like the port or whatever you want to call it, the version of Warframe, but they are co-developing with Panic Button. And if you are a Switch guy, Panic Button did the Doom port, did the Skyrim port, did the Rocket League port, did the Wolfenstein 2 shouldn't fucking be possible on the Switch port. So if anybody's going to squeeze, they're basically a Switch developer master at this point. They put shit on that system and they make it sing when it shouldn't be. Because even though the Switch is fantastic and is almost as powerful as an Xbox One if it's docked. If it's undocked, it's half that power. So you already have something that's a little lower than an Xbox One, and it's half of an Xbox One if it's undocked. And you got to figure out how to make shit run on that. I don't know. It's bonkers. Panic Button, they're the best. Just saying.
Now, Tim, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
I saw your tweet, and I saw Jopa Wrights tweeted out too. Let me just say right now, if anybody ever wants to play some Warframes and you see me on, send me a message. Simply put in the title, Warframe. I will play Warframe. I will drop whatever I'm doing. I don't care what the fuck it is and play Warframe. because I love stopping time more than anyone on the planet should. Because Tim, when we were playing in my I play a Limbo. That's the guy. That's the frame's name. And typically when I jump into a game, I see the message in the text chat. Oh fuck, here's a Limbo. Because if you're not used to playing with that character, you can pretty much get left behind.
Yeah.
And because you and I were on comms together, it was a lot easier. Because I could rip you and stuff. But I saw you tweeted out that you got it. I was like, oh, cool. You know you can stop time. And I think you put what fuck.
Yeah,
you can stop time. And I was like, yeah. You'll see tomorrow. Because that's something I love. And now I have a reason to play and actually level up my my other frames that don't get no love. Because once I found Limbo, I was like, all right, cool. Here's a Forma. Keep it going. I want you to be super powerful. But there's some stuff you can only do with like a squad, and that's I'd rather have I don't know what a group of Tenno are called. We should probably make up a name. A fork of Tenno, perhaps.
Oh, I mean that squad's 4, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Four prongs.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I'm always down to play that game. In fact, I'm thinking about putting it on right now.
Yeah, I actually literally was like, "Hey, are we done with the show? Because I want to play Warframe."
I mean, we can pop it on, brother. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say on the show necessarily. I mean, I guess I could hit some of the other topics like really briefly. Let's see, entertainment. I saw Ant-Man and the Wasp last weekend. I know you hate Marvel movies, Mike, but imagine a heist within a heist within a heist within a heist while other heists are going on at different like sizes because of the Ant-Man thing. That's Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay.
It's like the whole fucking movie is a heist, dude. Like remember how many heists there were in Solo?
There were a lot.
So imagine all of those heists, but they're all going on simultaneously. That's Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay.
Trying to sell you on it, brother. Because, like, fucking heists, man. It's great. Like, it has a heist. Like, there's a building heist going on while there's a car chase because they're trying to heist the building that's being heisted during the car chase. Like, it's what? Like, it's heist on top of heist on top of heist, Mike. So many heists.
Okay.
It's good.
All the heists.
It's good. That's good. Yeah. Just saying. So it was good. I
went to Movie Pass and saw Hotel Transylvania 3.
Oh yeah? I've never actually seen any of those. Like, should I watch them?
I mean, they're good.
Yeah.
You know, it has like that little it's a kid movie, but there's some stuff for adults. Like, here you go, buddy.
I mean, I watch fucking DuckTales, so like that doesn't really stop me from like seeing a thing.
I mean, I don't blame you on that one.
You know, it's like that's cool. But yeah, no, I've never seen any of them. In fact, we saw the trailer for that at Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I turned to Jessica and I was like, "Have you seen those?" And she's like, "I haven't. I don't think." I was like, "Should we see those?" Like, we just didn't know. Gosh, is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Or if there is, I'm still hungover and hungry and tired, and I'm not remembering it. Talk about live games. Warframe is great. Very excited it's coming to Switch. On that same note, really dumb that there probably won't be crossplay because fucking PS4. Or even just PlayStation, really. Like, I don't know why they're holding out for that. I listened to a podcast that they were analyzing why Sony is so resistant to do crossplay when everybody else is doing it now. Even Nintendo is like... I guess there's a fucking Nintendo Switch in the fucking Microsoft ad for Minecraft that's playing on TV right now. And it's like, ooh, that's deep cuts. That is deep cuts against Sony. and somebody theorized that it's because Sony has like a market share of like 73 million installed PS4s. Like Xbox is like 40, and Nintendo Switch is like 19 and gaining really fast. And so it's like, well, I guess if they're the market leader, they can just say fuck off and be dicks. But then, like, I also kind of want to point out that, like, there's a video game trend, right? And we've all seen this. Anybody's playing video games for the last, like, 15 years. If you're the leader, you kind of become a snobby asshole. And then the next cycle, you're playing catch-up the whole thing. You know, like, PlayStation 2 obviously won that generation between Xbox and GameCube. You know, and then they were really snobby with the PS3. Microsoft dominated them that generation. Sony came out with PS4. They were very humble. It was a great product, you know, and Xbox was really snobby. And it was like, oh, it's a one console. It's always going to be connected to the internet and all these things that nobody wants. And, like, I accidentally turned on my spare PS4 because the touch button's just now. My bad. Quiet, my little child. You know, and now, even though they're the leader, you know, like Xbox and Nintendo, like they're catching up because they, you know, and even look at Nintendo, they're like, they were snobby forever, and look at how bad they were. It's like, okay, people were like, well, if the Switch doesn't win, this is definitely Nintendo's last console financially, and then Switch is like the biggest fucking thing ever. You know, it's like the fucking Wii all over again, you know, and it's like, there's this trend of like, if you go snobby, gamers will turn on you.
Oh, yeah.
And right now, even though they're the leader, and I love my PlayStation 4, I want to be able to play my Fortnite with my Xbox friends. I want to be able to take my fucking Warframe that I've already invested money and time in on my PS4 to my fucking handheld and, like, play on the go, you know? And it's like, they're going to have to back down eventually, right? Either that or it's going to kill them, I think.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
well, already, I think that brings us to the end of another rather quick Forking year. It's okay. It was going to be quick whether we were hungover or not, because he's recording RNG after the show anyway. So, yeah, I mean, we mentioned last week the Fork in Your Path, our other project. It's coming along. I haven't had quite as much time to spend on it as I would have liked, but don't worry, folks. Things are moving along on that. We're getting cover art together. I've already changed the old Agents of the Nine stuff over to support this new show, and we're recording more stuff tomorrow for it even.
yeah.
So it's a going. I think it's actually coming together. It's a weird thing. Like, as I'm editing them, it's like they're actually better than I thought they were while we were doing it, which is good, I think.
Yeah.
So, so just, you know, keep staying tuned for that. It will happen hopefully sooner rather than later. Until next week. Oh, I guess, yeah, like buy my book or something and go to the website, you know, do those things. And
buy my book or some shit.
Yeah. Check out Mike's podcast. It's over there. It's got the little yellow microphone logo.
At the RNG Cast on Twitter.
Yeah, that thing. And we're on Twitter too. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You should know by now. This is the kind of episode we're having this week, folks. We had a fantastic knockout episode last week, and now we're like, oh, man.
Oh, man, I drank way too much last night. Peace.
I really did. Like, I woke up this morning, and I had, like, a saddest bowl of cereal. It was like, I need something in me because I hurt.
Yo, I ate eggs while listening to Snoop Dogg. That's how my morning was. Okay?
That's interesting. Yeah. Fair enough. All right, until next week, Fork Fam, get forked.
Shazam!
Thank you for listening to a Dynamic Works production podcast. You can find our podcast at www.dynamicworksproductions.com. feel free to email us at dynamicworks@mac.com.
This is Dominic Armato, the voice of Guybrush Threepwood, and you're listening to a Dynamic Works production podcast.
The Citadel, Arrival, is the first installment in a series of epic science fiction short stories reminiscent of the Pulp Fiction style. It's a fast-paced story that will take you through twists and turns that you will not expect, until they are thrust upon you with all the force, excitement, and chaos of a plasma cannon blast. The story follows Katarl, a nobody cog in the working wheels of a futuristic society run completely by Megacorp, a corporation that carefully runs and manages the lives of the people living under its sphere of power. On one of Katarl's few and far between days off from work, an outing he had hoped would be fun and relaxing turns into an explosive adventure that drags him kicking and screaming into situations and challenges that will make him question every aspect of his life. Watch this colorful tapestry unfurl as Katarl and his newfound allies find their way through this classic, yet oddly surprising tale of good and evil, where nothing is quite what it appears to be. That's The Citadel, Arrival, by author Tim K.A. Trotter, available right now on Amazon Kindle Store and iTunes iBookstore for only $2.99.
Hello.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Pete, what are you doing, buddy? You want to go in your crate, or you want to stay in here? Because if you act like this, you're going in your crate. Oh, hold on. God damn it, Pete. God damn it, Pete! Goodbye. 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 You know where you're going.
Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing. 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 Testing.
Fucking Christ, Pete. You're driving me insane already.
What's he doing?
Do it again. Do it again, see if I don't put you in your fucking crate. Alright. Oh, okay. Let's come up. Alright. Alright. Alright, there you go. Alright, there you go. Jesus fucking Christ. You're gonna hear some squeaks. You got a new toy today. Just let you know.
Oh, I see. That's fine. We're hungover. It's gonna be what it's gonna be today.
Please. I can't take the thing away from him, so.
Oh, I see. I see.
You know, it's one of those, give me that, and he looks at me like, yeah, you can take this out of my cold, dead jaws. But,
I bet. I guess I wrote it in the title. Okay. Alright.
Okay, Pete. All right, buddy. Yeah, you love that thing, don't you?
So he's gonna be squeaking that the whole time?
What happened?
He's gonna be squeaking that the whole time?
I mean, maybe.
Okay. Fair enough.
If he gets bored of it, no, but maybe. I mean, he's pretty excited about it. Yeah, because it wasn't just my birthday. Apparently, you got stuff too, huh?
Oh, did he get a thing?
Yeah, his bark box came in. His bark box came in this morning.
Bark box? Like a loot box for dogs?
Yeah, pretty much.
That'd actually be kind of useful with like a dog your size who probably just fucking destroys toys.
Yeah, they last about a month.
Yeah.
Except for like Kongs and stuff, like the indestructible things.
Same thing with my old German Shepherd Zephyr. He would destroy fucking everything unless it was a Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Or Kong branded or whatever.
Well, I mean, he even destroys the Kong brand, like tennis balls.
Oh, I didn't know they had tennis balls.
Yeah, they're big as shit, but somehow he finds a way. He's like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I bet. Hey, by the way, Fork is on YouTube now.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, it's very maddeningly not in any kind of fucking order, but at least it's in a playlist. It's on YouTube. Yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, so Lipson finally kicked in?
I guess like it was down there, and I needed to click a button.
Oh yeah.
And do some extra stuff. Yeah. But I did that stuff, and now it's all there.
Yep.
Totally out of order. It's like, yeah, it goes like the E3 one, then it goes episode 35, then 27, then an Agents of the Nine episode, and then it's just, oh man.
Chaos follows me wherever I go.
Yeah, exactly. But it's there. So that's one more thing. Oh, and we're on Spotify. Finally.
Oh, okay. That took a while, but
yeah. But they told me that though. They said that they only accept so many submissions or whatever, and they submitted our stuff, but Spotify wasn't going to get their shit together until like June or July. So, but anyway, we're on there now, so that's good.
Yeah, that is. So, oh yeah, we got it.
Another 2 good old places. All right, so we should probably do a show because you have a cutoff in what time?
6.
Which is
hour and a half ish.
Hour and a half from now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, let's just get into it. I was just gonna after all these other episodes we did, I was just gonna get back to the 2 press conferences that we didn't really talk about from E3. Because we didn't really talk PlayStation, and we didn't talk Nintendo at all. And then we just, go from there.
Sure. I don't remember much of them. Jesus Christ, Pete, you jumped like you weighed a ton and a half.
Yeah, I remember some things. I'm pulling up a list. I'll shoot it over to you in a second here. Okay, that's good. So I take it you got some sleep then?
A little bit.
A little more than 2 hours?
Yeah, a little more than 2 hours.
Cool. On purpose, or you just conk out?
Totally overslept.
Was Des mad?
No, he understands.
Fair enough.
His birthday's day before mine.
Yeah,
So.
I saw that in the Discord.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
so.
that's funny. That is funny. Okay, why are you not loading? God damn it. Okay, so I'm going to do this page. And then...
So we're going to do Fork in the Ear, the one about Warframe.
Oh, yeah, I'm totally talking about Warframe. I just figured, because I told our audience we would talk about this stuff, and we haven't. It's been like a month. I just wanted to knock it out, because it's like some of the shit is coming soon. Why can I not find a fucking list for Nintendo's stuff? Oh, I guess it's actually like on Nintendo's site. Okay. So just copy that over there. Okay, we'll do that, and then we will probably talk about Warframe.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you ready to rumble?
Yeah.
Cool. Can you hear, like, fans in the background?
Barely, but it's not like, you know what I mean? It's not nothing that would catch too much attention. It's not like redlining anything, any of my my readings. So you're okay.
Okay.
Plus, it's hot. It's probably hot as shit in Washington because it's hot as shit in Jersey, and I'm okay. I understand.
Yeah, when Thursday I was driving in my truck that has no air conditioner, and I was dying 10 minutes into like a 2-hour trip to Seattle. I was like, I couldn't. There wasn't like I was about to break the fucking windshield just to get some airflow. Like, oh, it was bad. It's real bad. And what's even weirder, especially for this climate, like right now we have just like pure dry heat, like, and so like for an area that's usually has like a good medium, medium of humidity, it's like extra. Ugh, it's extra. Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right,
I'll take dry heat, but I get you.
Well, I mean, I mixed on it. Like I hate like fucking desert dry heat, but I also hate like fucking Florida heat, or it's just like oppressive humidity. Like I was looking at like all the tweets and stuff that are coming from Guardian Con, and I was like, oh, it's in Florida in summer. Get the fuck out.
Well, the only reason it's in Florida is because like the quote unquote heads of the Destiny community all live in Florida.
Like who?
Broman, Goth, and a couple other people.
I don't know that.
Yeah, I just keep saying nothing good comes from Florida. I was talking to Jess about going, and she was like, "Yeah, we could totally go if you had if work gave you the time, but it's in July, and work's not going to give you the time."
Yeah.
I'm like, true, work's not going to give me the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's kick this pig.
Yeah, let's do it. Cut in!